Sugar peas. Drop them. Okay. Back in business. All right. Get that set up over there. Music started. Uh-oh. Too loud. Hey guys, how you doing? Andrew, what's up, man? Crypto Motivation, what's up? Korean, what's up, man? Crippler, I'm doing absolutely fine. I'm doing fantastic today. I took a little bit of a long up until 6:20, but I'm actually in a short right now. From this point exactly, my entry was $8,683. George Hernandez, first time watching you. Good luck. I gotta impress you. Krypton, what's up, man? Andy, look good for a short. I'll explain some reasons why I'm looking to start DCing shorts in this region, because I do think this is the final upturn until we go back down to the downside. There's a lot of reasons why. I'll get into that. JJ1, what's up, man? Reza, what's up? Crypto Beat, thank God. What's up, bro? I'm gonna take that as a you're fine, Kite. I'm doing fantastic. I don't know why I said I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. It's like I'm a moody teenager girl. Green down on the hourly. On Market Cipher A, I don't. If it's Market Cipher A, I don't even count it. But we got a bullishly diverging Market Cipher B waves. We had the money flow going up. We had a bullishly diverging RSI on the hourly and 2 hour. That's why we got this little bit of a pump here. But we do have some things to really watch out for. So I would not be really hitting longs right now unless your entry was down here. Do not start getting into a long right now. This is the middle, and there's a lot of reasons not to get into a long right now. So if you don't have a long entry, don't get in one. That's my recommendation. Obviously, do what you want. That's your money. But me personally, I would not be doing that. DCA short or pump to 9K. So if we did pump to 9K, that would be a definite short there. Because we're already getting some indications off of our shorter time frames to really start taking some shorts. Reason one would be this right here. We did get a rejection off of that. So I tried shorting that. Obviously, I got stopped out right here. Unfortunate. But we went ahead and we went past that. So now we have this right here. So that actually makes things even more bearish as we go along, because not only do we not have a exaggerated now, we have a hidden bearish divergence. Unless we can pump past 9,172, which I doubt it. It's just not looking good. Still in your short, JJ? That's what's up, man. I still got my swing short from 90.70. Took a little bit of a long down here. As soon as we hit 8,620, I exited it. So I'm just trying to short this right now. I'm on a 20x short from 8,683. Hopefully that does work out. Peter JP, what's going on, man? James, what's going on? Nice to see you too. It's a Sunday. We're having fun. All right, so it's still kind of iffy. All right, I really can't get a good fib retracement on this, so I'm just going off of what we have so far. I'm sure that's what a lot of people are looking at too. So not only do we have all of this bearish indication, we do have us sitting at the 0.5 on this particular pattern. I know you guys were seeing me draw it like this, which has a lot of validity to it as well, but I rather just go off of this right here. So we're sitting at the 0.5. It's our strongest resistance right now. We have a lot of bearish indications. Now the 4 hour does have quite a bit to go before we get any sort of exaggerated bearish divergence. As of right now, 4-hour has some major hidden bearish divergence from this particular price structure. So we're looking at about, if we can get a candle body close above 8,724, then that will be negated. But unless, if we stay below it, and when we get rejected, that's going to kick in. Hey, Kite, did you see that the 3-day has a red dot? I did not, but I do know that the 3-day and the daily has a hidden bearish divergence. Yes, it does. So that is something I've been looking at. That's why I'm still in a swing short. Obviously, we got rejected at a macro. I'm waiting for it to go back down to a macro to take my profit, well, the full amount of profit, and enter a long position. Fish. He is so upset. Still in a short swing play. Do you think it's wise to put my stop loss up or just pass the up move? My stop loss... We ain't doing this. We are not doing this. He was barking at the hickory farms I had on the counter. He was sitting on the bed just staring at it. He was like, give me some. No, that's my hickory farms. So not only that, we see a lot of the higher end money flows like the daily, 4-hour starting to curve back down. So we're getting a bearishly diverging money flow. We're getting a bearishly diverging RSI. This one right here, hidden bearish. And this one's pretty massive right now. So this is the hidden bearish divergence on the market cipher B waves that I'm looking at. So if we cannot get above 8,726, this is going to be a fantastic short at the current position I'm in right now. Oh my, fish, what are you doing? No. I don't know what his problem is. I don't know. Crypto Chris, what's up, man? Fish had steak last night. He's fine. Yuri, what's up, man? Airfan? I don't know if I said that correctly, but what's up? Zekin, what's up, buddy? Thomas, what's up, man? So let's see. Let's check our 30-minute. I'm looking for the 30-minute to start bearishly diverging as well. Because this back here, we got to tap off of it right now. So, I mean, these, you can't really get past these. You can't. That's why I'm saying we have to go down. And the stochastic is high as well on a lot of these indicators. So, like I said, the longer you're sitting and you're starting to bearishly diverge, the stronger the move to the downside is going to be. Thomas, thank you very much. I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. Sean, what's up, man? How you doing? Let me scoot over a little bit. Let me try to get in front of the camera. Short's playing out so far. 7%. Let's see. What's my potential off of this short that I just put myself in? So entry was 8683. So I got the very tippy top. Okay, so if we can come back down to this, I'll make 100%. If we can come back down to where I'm looking to go to, if I can hold this long enough, but I don't know if I want to hold a scalp this long. That'd be 200%, almost. Where's my current stop loss? So, which particular trade? Are you talking about this trade in particular, or are you talking about the swing trade? All right, Thomas, no problem, man. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. This particular trade, I have it right in the middle of these. So my stop loss, since this is a scalp, it's about 8,752. You guys might ask yourself, Austin, you say never use high leverage. The formula that I've been talking about for the last couple day, guys, I've had a lot of people ask me about it that don't quite understand why I do it. And I don't think it's something that's talked about a lot, but the risk to reward ratio type trades that I take, they set me up for future losses. It's kind of hard to show you on a calculator because it's just constant back and forth. I'll try to put it down like on a flow chart and show you how it would potentially work over time. But right here, my stop loss was about 0.6% away. Okay, so I did use a lot less leverage than I possibly could have. I could have used like 25 to 30. So I used about 20. So that way, my constant stop loss is 20%, no matter what my leverage is. That way, I get the most out of trades, but I never lose more than the same amount on every single trade that I lose. So if I do hit like a 5 or 10 risk to reward ratio, that way I can make sure that I get the most out of the trade. But if I do lose that trade, I'm not losing anything more than I normally would. John, what's going on, man? How you doing? KP Crypto, what's up, man? Or KP Mom, what's up? I'm sorry we missed our session today. The miscommunication there, but yeah, definitely. I meant to message you guys back before I started the stream, but we will probably either do tomorrow or the next day. And also, before we get to that point, and you guys are just taken by surprise, on February 2nd, I will not be streaming. I think that's a Monday. My sister's baby showers then, so I got to go hang out with her then. What's your stop loss for your swing short right now? That is at 8,000, right above this right here. So about 8,800 something. Let's see. 8,846. But it's not looking good. We've already kind of reached our target off of this double bottom right here. That looks so messed up, but he got an arm here, he got an arm here. So it could kind of stretch all the way up to 8,798 before rejection. But I got a good feeling that's going to top out here. Fish. Stop. As soon as I put this green screen up, you started acting up. You were fine all day. Just chill. Just chill. Also, I messed up yesterday. I bought a Dyson vacuum on Amazon. And then we went to Best Buy. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to get the Dyson vacuum at Best Buy because I don't like waiting for stuff. And I just ordered it the night before. So I try to cancel it on Amazon, go ahead and buy the Dyson vacuum, and they still sent it. So now I got 2 vacuums and I got to return one. It kind of sucks, but I love it. I was like a crackhead last night. I was vacuuming everything. I was vacuuming the dog. I was vacuuming the roof. It's so cool. It's so cool. I got one of the nice wireless ones. They're so nice. Because my mom, so when she moved out and I bought the house off of her, she gave me a Kirby vacuum, which is the most overpriced, heavy piece of junk vacuum you can own. Okay, she was like, don't buy a new vacuum. That thing is older than you and it will be alive longer than you. I'm like, Mom, it's so much maintenance. It's heavy. You can't do anything with it. It's not worth it. So I was just like, I'm going to buy a Dyson. Best decision I ever made. I feel like an adult now. I used to sell Kirby's. You knew what you were doing. You knew what you were peddling. Whip out my Dyson. I got it in mini mode right now. It's like an AR. You can like detach whatever you want from it. Oh, shoot. It's on the charger. Oh, yeah. I feel like a military mom. I go into battle with my Dyson. I vacuum. So there's no more fish hair at all. Not a single piece. All right, JP. I'm not a financial advisor. These are just my trades. I don't say that often enough. I know everybody else does. But at this point, it should just be a given. I should probably just put it in the description so I don't have to say it on live stream all the time. All right, fish, come here. All right, I'm going to have to vacuum myself after this. Come here. I just got fish hair in my mouth. Simba, say hello. See the money? He's so cute. Guess who's been watching Caesar Milan and who's gonna train you? All right, you're gonna have to lay down. Lay down. Okay, lay down. Simba. He looks like a toasted bun. He's light on the bottom and then crisp on the top. All my life, I thought Caesar Milan was just training dogs, but I watched one of his most recent videos, and this man has llamas, dogs, cows, like they were just following him like he's Jesus. And I'm like, how do you train these animals so well? It's like he speaks to them like in their own language. He's so awesome. All right, fish. As long as you are cute and as long as you are good, you can stay on my lap. But the second you start jumping on the desk, you're going back on the couch. Understood? I need a llama. You guys seen that video of the miniature donkey that lives in the person's house because they don't know how to function outside? And he's just like a dog. He's just like a dog. It's awesome. Mrs. G, what's up? Look at the 15-minute. 15-minute has been bearishly diverging since this point right here. You're always on when I'm working. I'm sorry, man. Yeah, I heard about that. Listen, man, I don't watch basketball, so it didn't affect me like a lot of people, but it just goes to show that like at any point in time, no matter who you are, how much money you have, you could be gone. I know lately it's been a lot of like suicidal deaths from like a lot of people that are famous. It sucks, man. When are you gonna get us that Gone fan video, dude? I've been stalling on it. I really have. I've just been busy with these one-on-ones. But somebody, let's see. I could do it again in this live stream, but in one of the live streams, someone marked. Actually, no. I know. Crypto dude on Discord. Let's see. Give me 1 second. So it's this video. I didn't see your. Okay. I didn't see your. So stupid, Austin. Okay, so he wants us to start at 24 minutes. So 24 minutes. Everything, and we'll start from scratch. Okay, so I'm gonna link this in the chat. So just to kind of supplement until I actually put that video out. So if you go to 24 minutes, it should start shortly after that. I did not know his daughter passed as well. Damn, man. You think it's going to 8,800? I have a sell order at 8,800. If it does, that's even a better short, but we're already starting to bearishly diverge. And we already have a lot of hidden bearish divergence on the 2 hour that's just waiting to kick in. So I am taking the chance and just going ahead and shorting right now. So I'm already in my short, but it could go up to 8,800. That is a potential target, but I'll be very, very careful with that. Damn. Why did the helicopter crash? Like, what? Was it engine failure? Was it just a bad pilot? What caused them to crash? That I didn't read any articles or anything, but I saw the headline. Fish. No. I will get it. Just chill. You want down, fish? Do you want down? Make up your mind. Okay, I guess he doesn't want down. It couldn't have been a bird, right? Not really, Mandy. We're talking about Kobe Bryant and his death today. And I'm just in a short right now. I just shorted. My entry was 8,683. Reason being is on the 1 hour, we're getting a hidden bearish divergence off of this right here and this right here. We have a bearishly diverging RSI from this to this. And we have hidden bearish divergence on our market cipher B waves, as well as a overbought stochastic RSI. And the money flow is starting to flatline. So that's the reason why I'm getting myself into a short right now. Ah, fishy, no. What's my target price for the short kite? I would be looking at my RSI. Once the RSI starts getting towards the 50, I want to see where it's sitting. Obviously, want to watch for that bounce, but I would be looking for somewhere around the $8,400 region for a scalp. I might hold on to it for a little bit longer because it's a really good entry and it's a pretty high leverage. You don't get those all that often. So if this does happen to break the $8,574 support and fall down, before I move my stop loss on this, I want to see a rejection at 8,575, and then I'll probably just move my stop loss down into profit and then hopefully ride it down towards this lower support. That's my hope for this. If we're looking at this as any type of bear flag, it definitely could be the final nail in the coffin. Because if we're looking at this as maybe a potential, let's say we break down from here, we could see that lower macro support kick in. 82 viewers, I didn't even notice. I wasn't even paying attention. Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate it. Hold on. I put Bitcoin Livestream in the description. Does that change where I pop up on YouTube? Or let's say someone goes on YouTube and they're like, okay, I don't really care who I watch, just Bitcoin Livestream. I want to see what other people are doing. Hold on. Control F kite. Oh, that's cool. I'm like the sixth person. Once you get past all the scam live streams, I'm the first one. That's awesome. Latin Crypto, what's up, buddy? I did want to start earlier today, but if you guys remember on Friday night, I went to a party. Things happened. I didn't go to bed until like 5 a.m. So I had to tell everybody the night before. I was like, hey, I'm so sorry. I cannot wake up for our session at 12 o'clock. So I had to push everybody back one day. So I did plan on streaming today around like 2 p.m., but I had to get to a lot of sessions. So unfortunate. Because I definitely want to see what the viewership would look like at like 2 p.m. I know a lot of people might be in work that are in the U.S., but hopefully some people in in Europe or Australia or Asia, I might see some new faces. I'm confused on how you make money on a short because you sell the asset, but you continue to make money while it goes down. I don't understand. So when you get into a short or a long, all you're basically doing is someone else is matching you. So let's say you enter a short here. Someone that is longing, if you win, someone is agreeing to pay the amount. So let's say 8,685. Let's say the price goes down to here. They need to pay you the same amount of Bitcoin. Well, no, actually, I'm mixing this up. They agree to buy back your Bitcoin at this price point. So let's say you're betting 0.1 Bitcoin. So now down here, they need to give you the equivalent amount as of right here. I'm not explaining this correctly, but I'm trying. Exactly. Azalea's got it right. Obviously, if you're only using 5% of your portfolio on a leverage trade and then you're shorting and you go down 20%, but you only made about 10% on your portfolio, you're net negative 10%, but you're waiting for that next bounce in order to make up for that. It's just about accumulation. Shorting is all about accumulation. Unless you're using funding rate or you're using a higher percentage of your portfolio with maybe higher leverage, only then can you really make a lot of money off of it. But if you're just playing shop, it's a great way to make small trades, make a lot of money. So, not a whole lot that we've talked about. What I'm looking at and why I'm in a short right now from this particular price of 8,683. And I did not update the Telegram before I started the stream, so I'm sorry. But I am in a particular a scalp trade, not a swing trade, scalp trade. We are getting a bearishly diverging RSI. So not only do we have a hidden bearish divergence here, we have a exaggerated bearish divergence here, which is starting to become a hidden bearish as well. So we have two connection points. Money flow starting to stagnate. You can see that on the 30-minute. It's starting to come back down as well. 15-minute. 15 minutes been getting higher lows. I mean, lower highs the entire time. We also got hidden bearish divergence, pretty extreme one on the market side for B waves. So that is the main reasons why I'm taking a short here, alongside the fact that if you put your fib retracements on this, this is the 0.5, which, like I said, 0.5, the 0.5, 0, I mean, I'm doing this all 1, 0.5, and 0. If you're above or below them, they're going to be your strongest resistances or strongest supports. So that's why I was comfortable taking a position here. And I might have got the absolute top because I got 8683. Where did the price come up to? 8684. Scott, thank you very much, man. I do appreciate that. Now, this could continuously bearishly diverge over the course of a period of time, like we saw right here, before we officially get that drop. That would be unfortunate for my particular scalp trade, but just means that my swing trade is going to prevail at some point. Let's look at the 4 hour. I mean, the 4 hour, it's cooking that same type of thing we were just talking about. Right here. This one is still bearish convergence. So either way that works out. Clean up my chart real quick. I don't really pay attention to the CME gaps. You guys probably know that by now. And it's not that I don't feel like they're useful. They are definitely useful. It's just most of the trades that come from CMA gaps, they're already there. It's not like it, for whatever reason, it just drops. You'll see the RSI start bearishly diverging. You'll see money flow start stagnating even before that comes in. But that can definitely affect what your target is. Let's see. Give me about another 40% right there. If that does come back down, even if it just comes back down to the head, that's going to be about, I can walk away with about 40%. Would not be half bad. I have no clue. I dropped the top of my vape. Well, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this one off and then put the other one on until I find that cat. So I've made the decision to stop ordering DoorDash. Not only because it's... What the heck? Where's it at? Oh, it's this one right here. Not only because it's expensive for what you get, but I just need to lose some damn weight, man. It's just not healthy for me. So we went to the store last... This is not food, Fish. This is not food. Just chill. He was sleeping and he just hears a wrapper open. And he's like, what? Food? But we went to the Walmart last night. I got some ribeyes. Got some food. So I'm going to try and start cooking for myself. I tried to cook a steak last night. It didn't go well. I got a cast iron pan. So I got that right. But kind of burnt them. One thing I do want to try is I want to try vacuum sealing a steak and then putting it in the dishwasher. And before you call me crazy, that is an actual thing. But then you got to get a flamethrower and put some crust on it. Why is this not working? I'm a medium rare type dude. That's my favorite type of steak. Thank you, James. I appreciate that, man. I know, like, a lot of my Telegram calls, they're not necessarily like, hey guys, I just entered, you should enter too. It's like, hey, we have some very good bullish or bearish signs, and if we do have a breakout, this would be my target. And then I leave it up to you guys whether or not you guys want to take that move, because I want you guys to really think about it. Okay, he sees this. Do I see the same thing? Is what he's thinking, is that correct? Okay, if it is, take a good risk to reward trade, open it up, boom. So a lot of the things I call, like, I'll show you what it looked like. Let's see. This one right here. We just hit the top of the channel. We have been traveling in for the past couple of days. I would assume that the resistance will hold. So I was expecting it to break down, but I said if that is broken, I would be targeting 8,620 for a scalp. Money flow looks like it's clipping into the green, but could shortly then dump back into the red on the 30-minute, which could fold over to the 1 hour and 2 hour. So I was giving both sides of the puzzle. But I was saying if this happens, then this is what I would be doing. So I took the long. Everything worked out. But that's why on the Discord, I'm not the Discord, the Telegram, I go into detail on why and what would happen if. Because that's a large part of trading. It's planning ahead for certain situations that you might not be prepared for, even though you might think it might go in one direction rather than the other. But you're just preparing that if it does, you know where you're going. See, I don't focus a lot on the time length, James, because you can't. You really can't. Like on these swing trades, they can be anywhere from a couple hours. I just spit a couple hours to maybe a day or two. Sometimes they last 18 days before you reach that actual bottom. Like over here, I took a short right here, and it took 18 days before I took my profit. Right here, it only took 5 days to go from top to bottom. So you just have to be patient and let them work themselves out. And the way I trade, it's not always based off of indicators. Like right here, I took a short based off of just the macro resistance. Now I'm waiting for a macro support to take the profits off of my swing trade. Is $200 for longs and shorts enough to overcome the crypto fees associated with these trades? Curious how much you have to invest to actually see a good amount of growth with a low amount of spare cash. I'll show you. So you need a clear and set plan. You need to know how you're going to take profits, and you need to know how you're going to get into certain trades, whether it's through indicators or whether it's through support and resistance only. Okay. So this is why we have that 20% divided by chart stop loss equals leverage. Leverage times 5% of your portfolio or 2% of your portfolio equals your contract size. Okay. So if you can make on average 0.4% per day per month, that means you only need to make about 15% a month, give or take. Okay. That's pretty easy with swing trades. I've definitely hit a much higher. But usually it's always around 15% if you're able to capitalize on each move independently. So 0.4%, let's say you're starting with $200. In the beginning, it's not going to feel like you're making anything, okay? But it's about building good habits over a long period of time so that when you actually have money, you can go ahead, and I don't mean to make that sound like, oh, you don't have any money, but you're starting, and the lower your starting amount, the lower your tuition fees. And by tuition fees, that means the amount that you could possibly lose through making mistakes but getting better. So from there, in 1 year, you'll make about $858. Doesn't sound like a whole lot because it's really not. But you're building good habits. You're making about 80 cents a day. Then the next year, take that $858. Now you got 3,000. So now you're up to 2 years. Okay, so now take 3,700. Now you're up to 15K. So after many years, starting from $200, and obviously you would be adding a little bit over time from maybe your day job or just a side hustle to put back into it as you get better and better. So that can definitely be a lot quicker. But you have to build the good habits, meaning you have a very strict plan. And you are making sure that from trade to trade, things are staying consistent and you're not trading off of emotion. That is what's going to give you the best long-term benefit. So it can take many years in order to build a portfolio that small into anything that's going to really sustain you, whether it's for retirement or whether it's going to be for actual income. That's awesome, Crippler. Thank you very much for telling me that. That's awesome, man. Yeah, if he's 13 and he's getting started now, you can really, he's going to be having a bright future. He's going to make your family go from zero to hero. That's what I'm trying to do for my family. I think there's only one other person in my family that has ever traded in their life. And to be honest. They kind of suck at it. So I'm hoping to make as much money as I possibly can, and yeah, make my mom proud. Yeah, paying taxes is a big part, but unfortunately, not crypto, TurboTax has a cryptocurrency section now. You just simply drag and drop your trade files from either Coinbase, Gemini, just directly into that and pay your taxes. Fishy. Don't look at it. It's not yours. Fish, you're fine. If you start crying, that just means that you don't need to be up here. That means you're just gonna be a crybaby no matter what. Yes, that is crypto growth calculator. So cryptocoingrowth.com/calculator. And I use below average, and this is all dependent on how much you're making per month in terms of percentage. But don't get caught up in having a specific target every single day, because if you're always trying to hit a target every single day, you're going to be risking more than you should. Just do what you got to do. If the market has not given you a pattern that will make you a lot of money, that's unfortunate. If it's given you one that will make you tons of money, don't get caught up in the idea that you need to make that much every single day. So last month, I made about 35% to my trading portfolio through just swing trades. So I made about 1% daily, right? But this month, I'm not expecting that 1% daily. I could make more, I could make less. It's all dependent on the pattern and what the market has to give me this month. I'm not getting caught up in trying to hit this goal every single day, because that ruins you. If you don't hit it, ruins your confidence. If you hit it and you exceed it, it just fish. It just makes you overly confident, and then you use more leverage. You don't put your stop loss, and then it just burns you. Trading is easy, guys. It's the battle in your own head and not getting. It's just a balance, man. You can't get overly confident. You can't get unconfident. You just have to find a happy middle place and just call it just call it like that right there. No, fish I put him down. You can go chill out for a little bit. Ugh. I wonder if I should have bought that share instead of the vacuum. Exactly. That's a good quote. Never. Fish. Do you tell your actual trades in the Telegram as well, though? Yeah. So like, I'll say if I'm getting into a position from time to time, but sometimes I miss it. But like I said, I give the reasons why I would be getting into a trade, and then I kind of let you guys do some critical thinking whether or not you want to do it. And I don't, like I said, even in the live streams or even on the Telegram, I don't post profit logs. From time to time, if I hit like a really good trade, I won't post the dollar amount, but I'll post the percentage amount that I made, because that's all that matters. I don't want to fish. No, I don't want to have a negative effect on the way you guys treat your portfolios. You need to find what you're working with and work with your own charts. And that's the basis of everything I do. It's not to keep you in the Telegram as long as I can so I can soak all your money up. It's to teach you what you need to learn through examples, so that way you can leave the Telegram and focus on your own charts. Because once you can cut out all the bullshit from other traders and focus on yourself, that's when you'll start making better trades, because then you can really find a clear path. Because if you're watching, you know, I'm not going to name any names, but if you're watching people that are doing $100,000 trades and you see them making $20,000 in a couple minutes, you're going to be like, oh, shoot, I'm not doing so well. But what if $20,000 for them is only a couple percent, but $20,000 for you is multiple hundreds of percents? You're not going to be able to get up to that level instantly, and it's going to cause you to use higher leverage. It's just going to wreck you, man. It's just going to wreck you. Focus on what you got, do the calculations, trade accordingly, have a clear plan. Lenny, what's going on, man? Hey, Fish, Lenny says hi. He's caught up trying to get some sausage. So we had a double bottom here, head and shoulders pattern. Okay. So technically you could say this wick, everything down, would be a new target going up. But since we are at the 0.5 right here, and we're already starting to bearishly diverge, I've already got myself into a short. I don't really want to take the chance to go ahead and say, okay, we're probably going to go all the way up. It's not worth it. Now, if you did want to take a short, okay, and you wanted to have the ability to dollar cost average, I wanted to take a little bit more riskier short, so I went ahead and took a short here with my stop loss about 0.6, 0.5, 0.7. But you could put your stop loss up here. That's 2%. That's still a 10x. So that's very, very good. You can put your stop loss at 8883, 888, no, 8,833. And that would work just as well. So it's just about your risk reward tolerance and keeping everything the same from trade to trade, no matter what. What if we go to 7K right now? I would be a happy man. We went to 7K right now. I would make 400%. I would be probably cursing at that point. Wait, what? I'm so happy. I cannot believe we hit 100 viewers. That's what's up. All right, so you guys know the drill. If we can do this next time, I will start doing Tuesdays and Thursdays at 2 p.m. EST. Where's the bearish divergence? I have it highlighted right here. So this is on the 1 hour chart. It's also visible on the 2 hour slightly. God, get off of that. Okay, there we go. You can see this wave right here. We have a higher high on momentum, but we have a lower high on price action. So this has been crossing back and forth. So that is also bearishly diverging as well as we go up. Money flow is starting to stagnate. We've already hit a horizontal resistance. So we've already got an exaggerated bearish divergence. So this right here, there's no way of escaping this at this point in time. No matter how high we go on this RSI, the next move, once this gets rejected, it's going to be a pretty harsh down move. So that's probably going to confirm some sort of hidden bearish. Unless we can pump past 9,700, I don't see it. Mitch Ray TA. I don't know who that is. You think the bull run has officially started? Not quite yet. We have to break out above the 4-to-1 gun fan before that macro bull run starts. I covered this in a video on my channel, and I gave multiple reasons why. I am not on my Bitstamp chart right now, but I will go to it real quick, and I'll recover that. So, I didn't mention this, but we actually have another inverse head and shoulders on a much bigger time frame. So we were looking at us forming a inverse head and shoulders right here, and then having 13K or 14K as a target until we get to the 8-to-1 gun fan. Well, we have a much bigger double bottom that we're looking at. So if this does break out and we get above 14K, I mean, if we get above the 8-1 Gone fan, actually, that, to me, that looks like a 20K target, to be honest. Just from this little inverse head and shoulders. But to the reasons why I'm looking at this. So if we go to weekly chart, okay, and specifically we're looking at the start of this bull run and what's happening now. Okay. So if we're looking at this, let me get this all in view. We have a couple different things. We have a cup pattern forming on our market cipher B waves right before the bull run. Cup pattern forming on our market cipher B waves right over here. We also have, now the only thing that's telling me that this bull run might not be absolutely crazy is the stochastic is not as low as it probably should be. Okay. So that has that. Now, a lot of people are saying we're getting rejected off the 50. Doesn't that mean a breakout to the downside is imminent? Okay, so when we got rejected off the 50 in the bear market, we did not have an underlying support like we do right now. Let me go ahead and get rid of these real quick. But we have that line of support to fall back onto. Unlike we did right here. We didn't have a line of support right here holding us up. But we have that now. And as well as that, this money flow pattern, there's patterns on the money flow. You'll see this a lot. Okay. We came down, we put in a higher low, we came up into the green, higher low, and I believe we're doing the same exact thing right now. So we are going to have a little bit of a retracement, don't get me wrong, but it shouldn't be it should be a higher low. And then we go up. So that's what I'm looking for. And I did preference this with saying we could go all the way back down to $6,000. And as well as that, we could go all the way down to $4,000. I know these are huge ranges and you're like, oh, you're just calling numbers. You could be wrong. You know, you're making sure that you're not wrong. Well, I'm just being realistic. So on the macros on our Gone fans, we actually don't want to see it go below $6,000. So if it does go below $6,000, it does get a little bit more touchy to the downside. But hopefully we do hold that. Crypto Trucker, what's going on, man? How you doing? And also, yeah, the weekly MACD is, has it gotten across to the upside yet, or is it working on it? It might not get it yet. Oh, we're actually confirming it at this very point in time. So it's all dependent on, I guess, this next weekly candle. If it can close green, we're good. If it closes red, it might be a little bit longer. I am looking for it to come back down to around 7,800. That would be a really good line of support based on our macro fib retracements. That's the 0.5. So right now we have gone above the 0.5. So if we can come back down and retest it and confirm support, that's a very bullish sign right there. So that's why I've been saying, hey guys, we need to go back down. We need to go back down. It's not because I'm bearish. I want it to go back down to confirm support so I can be, you know, I can look more bullish. I say it's not that I'm bullish. It's not that I'm bearish. It's I wanted to go back down to support, retest, confirm it. That way I can start looking at the more bullish aspects of this price. Fish, stop, buddy. What's up? What's going on? What's going on, man? Let me go back to my Bybit chart. Kite, win 5,500? Never. I hope so. I hope never. Give me 1 second, guys.
Secret spot just for us, where you can see the city perfectly. We don't have to do drugs, kiss or touch, but if you want to, that works for me. We can both pretend it's the first time.
Ugh. Yeah, John, like I said so many times, trading is so easy. It's just the battle with yourself that you're fighting. Like, I'll tell you guys, the best trades I have ever had is when I just get out of my own way and go to bed. It has happened so many times where I say, okay, stop stressing out. You have the best entry. You have the best stop loss. If you lose, you lose. Go to bed, Austin. I go to bed. I stop looking at my chart. I wake up in the morning. And I'm much wealthier. It's just about finding good entries, putting your stop losses up, letting your losers get cut, letting your winners run. That's how you make money over time. All right, Fish. You gotta go lay down, buddy. You gotta go lay down. I ain't having it right now. Yeah, like right now, we are still in the macro downtrend. Don't get me wrong. But I'm looking for it to break soon. I really am. Unless we, for some reason, break down back below the 0.618, I'm still sitting bullish right now. And this is a much healthier way of doing it as well. When we pumped back here, I don't want to pop my peas in the microphone. When you do this, you are not confirming support along the way. So you're just building bearish divergence when you pump that quickly. Over here, we have been staircasing up, so it has a much higher chance to actually break out to the upside. Not saying that it's going to definitively break out to the upside. I'm just saying that it has a better chance. But until we are above the 4-to-1 Ganfan, we are still in the macro downtrend, which I believe to be a descending broadening wedge. A lot of people are looking at it as a descending wedge that has already been broken. I just don't see it. I really don't. Fishy, stop, buddy. You are fine. Lay down. You're a good dog. What do you think about the hash ribbon indicator? Are you talking about the one that's on Market Cipher A, or is it actually related to the hash rate of Bitcoin? You guys know me. I'm a very basic person. I got my indicators. I don't flip and flop. The ones that I do change every now and then are between Market Cipher B, Blue Waves, and MACD. They're essentially the same thing, so I'm not really doing any harm. But find indicators that work for you. Find time frames that work for you. If it's working, don't change it. Get better at it. Don't constantly go between indicators. You say, oh, this one's not working that well. No, you just have to learn how to read it correctly. Spend more time with it. If you put hash ribbon in the search on indicators, will pop up. Hash ribbon. Oh, I think I put it on the wrong one. It seems like it's relatively accurate, but you're missing a lot. So the way I play my trades, that would not be helpful, because then like if I bought where it told me to buy, my stop loss is 7 to 8% away. That means I can only use like what, 2.5 leverage. So that would not be worthwhile. That's why I'm saying these indicators. No matter what it is, if you're waiting for a Market Cipher B VWAP cross, if you're waiting for, a cross on the MACD, if you wait for those types of things, you are going to miss the best entries and then you're going to make mistakes because you're going to either one, use too high leverage. You're just going to set yourself up for failure. You need to learn how to trade support and resistance effectively because that is the only thing that is live. And you are your best indicator when it comes to that. If you rely on indicators to tell you when to buy and sell, you're going to get worse entries. And worse entries means, you know, higher stop losses. Higher stop losses means less leverage, according to the way I play things. Fishy, go lay down, buddy. Lay down. You are fine all day. As soon as I start live streaming, you start getting like a little crybaby. You're a little crybaby. Go lay down. How's XMR doing? Doing well. Okay. What are you looking at for downside? Well, macro terms, well, not macro terms, but like medium time frames. I'm looking at 7,800 as the next potential bottom. So what we could be doing, instead of just going straight down and kind of being in this like kind of no-go zone, we might just be sliding over to this point where we can actually come down to that horizontal. This might be why it's taking longer. Yeah, Sean, like I said, it's pretty accurate at calling like relative bottoms, but for like day trading, I don't think it's a good indicator. For like long-term asset holding, I think it's a great indicator. If you guys want a recommendation for a good book about trading, it's not even about trading. If you guys haven't read it, it's called The Subtle Art of Not Giving Enough. Fantastic book. It definitely helped me with trading actually, and getting out of my own way when it comes to getting in a trade and being like, oh, I don't know if I'm in the right position. I'm in profit. Should I take my profit? It's a very good book. If you guys haven't read it, get it on Audible. It's a fantastic read or just a listen. I don't think so, Mustafa. It's doing exactly what it should. It really is. Nothing right now seems fishy. I really don't subscribe to the whole, oh, this market is 100% manipulated. Every time there's a pump and every time there's a dump, it's some group of people with a bunch of money that are just taking my money. No. What it is, it's a group, a large group of really high-end traders, professional traders that know how to spot little things in the market that most people don't. And when they all come together and they start shorting or they start selling, no matter what it is, that's how you get these huge, sells and these huge buys that cause these gigantic candles. It's not manipulation. It is smart people with a lot of money that know what they're looking for and how to take action upon it. If you are missing these moves, it's because you need to catch up. And I don't say that to make you feel bad, but you have to catch up or else you're going to be left behind. This market moves fast, man. It really does. If you cannot spot things when they are in real time or even before they happen, okay? I know that sounds ridiculous, but even before they happen, you will be left behind. Stretchy, what's up, buddy? That's awesome, man. Get a lot of hate for vaping, man, but I do me, you do you. I'll help you, but yeah, because all these major pumps, all these major dumps, they didn't come out of nowhere. I love to give this example. Okay, everybody's like, "Oh my God, China just hit the buy button. That's why we had this 40% pump. It's manipulation. How the hell did this happen?" No, people with a lot of money, what they saw was a macro bottom with a parabolic RSI, and they all came together and they bought it up. Right here, we have flatline price action. Okay, we have a parabolic RSI. As soon as it crossed the 50 line, boom, fireworks. It did not come out of nowhere. You could have got the exact bottom if you were just watching correctly. These things do not come out of nowhere. They are very, very visible. You just got to learn how to spot them. That's all. That is absolutely it. Yes, there can be things like a plus token scam, and they can start selling Bitcoin here and there, but it doesn't really affect price action the way you think it does. You need more time to accumulate, man? You should have been accumulating for the past, let's see, this was what, 7 months? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, well, I can't count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, almost 8 months. Do you have a video on how your setup is? Not particularly, but if you go, I posted in chat earlier. I think I still have it copied and pasted. If you go to 24 minutes, it should be there. Did you pick that bottom in the Telegram, Kite? Are you talking about the 40% one? Unfortunately, no, because I was deathly sick at that time. But as soon as it got past 8,300, I was on long all the way up until the top. I sold at $10,000, and then me and Seth, we did a 15-second scalp, and we were scalping for about 5 to 10 minutes, and we made 200%. I made 200%. Bro, I can't pull myself away. The best traders are the ones that do the least. Okay, they set up their trades, they put a proper plan in place, and they walk the hell away. Okay, you do not need to be sitting on the 1 minute to 5 minute time frame, sitting there for 12 hours a day, scalping. Do your swing trades, do your scalp trades, set them up, walk away. Like I said, this right here was the most amount of money I have ever made from a single pattern from just swing trades. Added 35% to my portfolio in 1 month. And it was the easiest month of trading I've ever had in my life. Because whenever we got to a top, I would short. Whenever we got to a bottom, I would long. Whenever we got to a top, short. I did not long this one because I thought it was actually going to go lower, but I did take 1/4 of my profits right here. So when I got stopped out, it didn't hurt me. But then I took a market long right here, set up my stop loss, wait for it to hit my target, took my profit right about here, started putting myself in shorts up until this macro. Now I'm just waiting for it to come back down. All right, come on. We just need to break this support right here, and I'm feeling good. Money flow, it's been stagnating, man. Got an inverse head and shoulders on the momentum waves. This was my first real scalp trade for this pattern. I was just focusing on the short the entire time. I did take a scalp trade on my family and friend account, but this right here was my first scalp on my scalp account. Yeah, man, fees will eat you up. There is a time and place for market in and market out, but that is on breakouts, okay? That is on breakouts. Right now I'm looking at the 30-minute. The time frames that I use every single day without a fail is 2 hour, 1 hour, 30-minute, 15-minute. You always want to do a factor of 2 and just get used to those time frames. Get used to the bounces off the 50 and what those will look like on the 2 hour, what they will look like on the 30-minute, what kind of impact that will have. Get used to how the time frames interact with each other, and then you can expand out. Okay, so once you start learning how the 2 hour relates to the 15-minute back and forth by going through a factor of 2, then you can go up to the 4 hour. Start looking at that. Obviously, you want to keep track of your daily, your weekly, just for like a macro view of things. But if you're just swing trading or scalp trading, you want to kind of just pick a good in-between spot. Don't go too low, don't go too high, but use a couple different time frames within a factor of 2 of each other, and you have a great time. That 4 hour is pretty damn close to forming an exaggerated bearish divergence. We already got hidden bearish right here. So this next drop, it's going to be pretty harsh. 3 hour, pretty damn close to. 2 hour, 2 hours already there. So I'm pretty confident that either this is going to be the top or we might have one more pump up to about, the 8,780s, and then that will be the top. What leverage are you using in the scalp trade? So it's all based on your stop loss. So for me, my entry was right here. Okay. And my stop loss is right above this resistance. So it's about a 0.5 to a 0.6. So you would take 20% divided by 0.6. That will give you your leverage. And then you times your leverage by 5% or 2% of your portfolio, 2% in this case. Do you think ETH can drop to 100? I think we were looking at somewhere close to that for ETH to drop to. Let's see. I'm looking for a pullback on ETH all the way down to about 140-ish, 145. I'm looking for a bullish pennant on ETH.
She loves how I keep it amazingly real, realer than ever. Floating, I feel like a feather. Roll while I listen together. My mama doesn't agree with my choices, but I cannot feel any better. Oh, I like the way that I feel right now. Just let me be. Just let me be. Oh, I like the way that I feel right now. Just let me breathe. Just let me breathe. Oh, I like the way that I feel right now. Just let me breathe.
2 hours actually in the overbought zone now. If anything, we want to see this horizontal resistance get a tap off of it. Let's see, we got 13 minutes till candle close. We'll see where that ends up at. Yeah, there's a lot of potential left in ETH. That's why on a lot of these altcoins, I don't particularly trade them, like day trade them, but I macro trade them, just so I can accumulate more over time. Like Monero, there's definitely a couple 1,000% in it. Ethereum, definitely a couple 1,000% left. Short term. Well, not short term, like next 5 years. And this little formula that I write for you guys all the time, you know, 20% divided by, you know, chart stop loss equals leverage times 5% or 2%. You can change these numbers and you will still get the same result. You know, if you want to make more money, just up your 20% to maybe like 40%, or you can up the amount of percentage of your portfolio. Hey, no, you do not do that. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. No. He was tearing the sheets off the couch. I don't recommend going over what I just set for you guys, but it's you can change it up. If you want less risk, less reward, that's something you can do. If you want more risk, more reward, you can do that as well. Do you think it's a good time to short EOS? Do I have an EOS chart? I thought I did. I think I only have Dash, XMR, and Ethereum. Oh, we can make an EOS chart. Okay, this is not EOS. EOS. Where's Bybit at? Fish, go lay down, buddy. I gotta figure this out. Alright, so pattern. Where can I start? I guess we're just gonna cut this off. That's the top. I really can't figure out for EOS where to place these Gone fans at. This is quite a difficult one. It's not like everything else. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna do top and bottom. Fish, stop crying, buddy. You are fine. You just went out. You've had food. Chill, buddy. Chill. Why are you crying so much? That's interesting, actually. Hold on. EOS is a really, really good long-term hold right now. If it goes back below $3, I would sell it, but it's broken back above the 8-to-1 Gone fan, and that is huge. Okay, that is huge. I don't think it's a good time right now to necessarily long it. Okay, you were asking about shorting, right? I would say a short right here would actually be pretty good. I'll put your stop right here at about, I would say $4. Almost $4. $3.95 would be a good stop. So you could probably hit that with about like 4x leverage. Now, where it's going to go? It does have potential to come all the way back down to $3.06. But I don't necessarily think it's going to go that low. I'd probably take profit around $3.19, $3.20 would probably be a good target for that. What to do to relax yourself before trading? For me, it's just video games. Like while I'm trading, I'll be playing video games. You can watch Netflix while you're trading. Just, you want to do something to get your mind off the trade when you get into a trade. Obviously, have a clear plan as you get into the trade. Okay, This is a macro resistance. I'm going to short this macro resistance. I'm going to put my stop loss here. This is my leverage. This is my contract amount. I know I have the best entry, the best stop loss. Set up your targets, whether it's another macro support or just the 1.618 from a particular pattern that it's coming off of that macro resistance. Have clear places to take profit along the way. Let it go. Let it go. So your stop losses need to be based on a point of failure. So identify your pattern, whether it is a scalp pattern or a medium time frame pattern. So right now it's kind of like a bad situation, but we don't have a bottom yet. So we are in a transition from a medium pattern to a breakout to a top to a swing low, which I am targeting somewhere around 7,800 for that. But you have to make sure that your stop losses are points of failure. You need to know that if it gets hit, it will absolutely, without a doubt, be continuing in that direction until the next macro or medium resistance is met. Otherwise, you'll get hurt. Okay, you'll get hurt. Because it is a much worse feeling to get stopped out and lose a little bit of money, but then have the price go back in the direction you were originally trying to trade and you would have been in profit, rather than lose a little bit more and then have the advantage of being able to take a market long or a market short. So if it's a scalp pattern like this one right here, our maximum resistance is 8,803. Our maximum support is 8,443. So if I'm going to be taking a long, I want to make sure my entry is as close as possible to my support, so that way I get the most out of it. And if I take a short, yesterday you guys saw on my account, I took a short from right here. My stop loss was right above it. My stop loss was about 8,871. Held it all the way down to that. Took some profit. Boom. Everything works out. Yep, we've been sitting at 100 viewers all stream. This is really cool, guys. I appreciate it. I'm kind of on edge because there's so many new people now, but it is what it is. I appreciate it. We bearishly diverging yet? Yes. Okay, cool. Bearish divergence. Doesn't need to drop past this support right here. Then everything will start kicking in. We've been getting higher lows on the money flow. We have a bearish divergence on the 15-minute on the MCB waves. We got it on the hourly. We got it on the 2-hour. This thing should drop. We just got to give it a little bit of time. I think it has a lot to do with the fact that I put Bitcoin Livestream in the description, so it actually raises the search results. Secured profits, that's what's up, man. Yeah, my entry for this short, I mean this long right here, it was somewhere in this region. I already closed it out, but it was somewhere around the $320 mark. And that one, that was an easy one as well. You had about a 1.5% stop loss. Hit that thing with, let's see, 14x leverage. Actually, not 14x leverage. That would be 12 and a half. This is my song. It was written for me. That's what it feels like.
Okay, now check this shit. I'm a force to be reckoned with. 10 years from now, they gon' be asking how they slept
Hey,
on this. Fuck my man,
don't pull the sheets off. Do not pull the sheets off.
I'm seeing red, man. I
No.
should have gotten meth on this. Marching with the force of 1,000 suns. Build your walls, watch me break them all down to crumbs. I can fit the crown you wear right around my thumb. You
When you say 20% divided by chart stop, that's 20% divided by 1.5%. Yes. So in order for your risk to rewards to actually mean anything, you need to be able to lose the same amount every single time, but have the potential to gain more. So let's say, let's use this as an example. All right. I was explaining this all day to somebody in the session, so I've gotten my fair share of explaining this today. So, hey, no, either sit down or go lay down. Fish is just being a nuisance right now. So, when you take a trade, you are participating in something called a risk to reward. This is why it is so important to make sure that you are consistent between trades. If you are trading off of emotion, and like let's say you're unconfident, so you use less position size and you use less leverage, okay? And then you hit that trade, you get the most out of it that you possibly could, and then your confidence goes sky high. So now you use higher leverage, you use higher position size. Let me turn the music down real quick. You use higher leverage, higher position size, and then you lose that trade. It's essentially you're taking 2 steps forward, 4 steps backwards. But you need to reverse that equation, okay? So whenever you make a trade, you are participating in something called a risk-reward ratio. So let's say I take a long right here and my stop loss is down here, okay? I have a stop loss of 2.88, all right? So when we get to the top, I take my profits. So I made a risk-to-reward ratio of 5.89. That means I made 5.8 times more than I would have lost if I lost that trade. So if I remain consistent, that means I could lose 4 trades in a row and I would still be in profit. Then I do it again. I hit an 8. Now I can lose 12 trades in a row and still be in profit. Right here, I hit an 11. So now I could lose 24 trades in a row almost and still be in profit from these 3 trades. Okay? But in order to do that, you need to make sure that you always lose the same amount no matter what. And we supplement that with leverage. So we have a constant stop loss of 20% and we have a chart stop loss. So we divide 20% by our chart stop loss. That will give us our leverage. And then we times our leverage by 5% or 2%, depending on if it's a scalp or a swing. That way, nothing changes from trade to trade. And yes, as you get better and better and you build your portfolio up, your 5% or 2% will change and your chart stop loss will change from trade to trade, but everything is pretty much consistent. And the way this works is we're going to have to use higher numbers here. So let's say we have $90 as our first 5% trade, okay? And we make 100% on that trade. All right, so now we have 180%. We made a, let's see, that'll be a 5 risk to reward ratio. So now we go ahead, we use $90 on the next trade. Let's say we don't win that trade and we lose 20%. Now we have $72. Okay, so you can see how if you do this over a long period of time, you should always be making more than you actually lose. It's just about getting the ball rolling and setting yourself up for future losses. A lot of good traders don't have high win percentages. Okay, the best traders in the world, some of them have the lowest winning percentages, but they make sure that the trades they make are good risk to rewards, and they make sure that the trades they win, they get the most out of them to make sure that they set themselves up for future losses. So it looks something like this. So it goes, loss, 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 win. Loss, 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 win. But those 2 wins might have set you up for like 20 losses. Okay? So you have to get into this and get the ball rolling and remain consistent. Make sure that your entries are as spectacular as they possibly can be, so that way your stop losses are as spectacular as they possibly can be, so you can crank that leverage but remain safe. But if you're trading off of emotion and you crank the leverage from trade to trade and it's just random with no plan, you're shooting yourself in the foot, because then you can make multiple great trades, but then it only takes one bad trade that you got overly confident on and it wipes everything out. I don't really pay attention to the news much. I didn't even know that virus was a thing. All right, so funny story. So on Friday night, I was not drunk. I was completely sober, and we were in the Cookout drive-thru. Okay, and my friend, he's sitting next to me. He goes, "Hey man, there's a Corona bottle right there," and he's drunk. He is so out of his mind right now. He goes, "There's a Corona bottle right there." I go, "Don't do it." He goes, "Wouldn't it be funny if I drank it?" I go, "Don't do it. We're in a Cookout drive-thru. There's people behind us. The people are probably watching on the inside." Next thing I know, the door opens. He grabs the Corona bottle. It's half full, has a lime in it. I'm like, okay, he's just gonna be stupid. He's just gonna bring in the car because he's stupid. This man chugs the entire bottle. And then my friend goes, "Dude, you're gonna get the real life coronavirus." And that was the first time I ever heard of it. I've not seen the news. Fishy, just chill out, lay down, go to sleep. I'll be done in a little bit, and then we'll watch Netflix. But please, for the love of God, stop crying. You are fine. Not a 2-hour candle close yet? Yes, it did. Okay. It's starting to curve back down. That's good. Netflix and fish. Yep. On BTC, what is your take profit targets, laddering out or short? Okay, so let's say I have a pattern such as an ascending wedge or a bearish rectangle. So you set up your fib retracements on it. Let's use this as an example. Okay, so let's say we take our entry at the very top like we did. All right. So now I'll be taking 1/4 of my profit to the 1.272, 1/4 of my profit to the 1.414, and then finally the remainder at 1.618. That's how I get in and out of trades, and that's how I make sure that I'm taking profit along the way. I'm not getting greedy, and I have a dedicated take profit point. I'm not letting it run too long, but I'm getting the most out of it that I possibly can. So on this trade right here, set up our fib retracements. Fish, get down, buddy. Get down. On this trade right here, as soon as we broke out above the 8-to-1 Gon fan, and I got stopped out on my short, I took a long right here. And then I set up my stop loss below my strongest support, which was my previous strongest resistance. Okay. As soon as we get to the 1.272, take 1/4 of my profits. That way, if it does, for whatever reason, come back down and I get stopped out, I am covered. So right here, comes back down. I re-added some of my position here because we were seeing some really good bullishly diverging indicators. And then once it comes up to the 1.414, take 1/4 of my profits. Once we hit the 1.618, take everything. Then right here, we were seeing bearishly diverging indicators. We were DCAing shorts all the way up. Then we drop back down. So I've taken a little bit of my profit already, but I am waiting for around 7,800 to 7,900 to officially take all of my profits. It depends on which comes first. If we can slide over and not interact with this diagonal Gon fan, that'll be fine. But if we do hit this diagonal, I will be taking all of my profits on that swing short. Because that's how I play my trades. I identify my strongest supports and resistances on my medium patterns for my swing trades. And I just long the tops. I long the bottoms, short the tops all the way through until I get stopped out. And then I take a market long or market short. Fish, come on, buddy. What? All right, I'm going to have to give him to my roommate real quick, or else he's just gonna whine the entire time.
renovate your closet and keep less disguises in it. You say that you ballin', could you specify the digits? I'm suspicious, I'm concerned with the lack of truth you preachin'. If you call yourself an OG, then let's ask the youth you teachin'. How can I find them? Where did they go? I wanna ask, I'm sure that they know. Give them a call, I'm sure that they show. I mean, it's not like we all heard this before. I'll do you with courtesy, bro. Won't bring it up, I truthfully don't even care. Plus I'm too busy to make you feel shitty and stoop to your level.
Hey, I'm back. Peace and quiet. When do you think the pre-halving bull run will begin? As soon as we break out above this 4-to-1 gun fan. I know it's like a pretty easy answer, but that's really that's what needs to happen, man. That will break the down channel, and then we can actually officially start moving up. Chainwax Crypto, what's up, man? Did you make burgers and then you thought I would be on? Started a little bit early tonight. Actually, tonight's not even on the schedule, but I'm glad I did. We hit 100 viewers. So if we can do that tomorrow, we'll be even... that's when I can start live streaming on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Okay, what are we at? Okay, we're at 13%. Not bad. If we go straight up, that would be at 9,160. No particular reason. It doesn't really affect my trades. Volume, it's good for confirmation of actual breakouts, but you can see a breakout. It's something that I don't like to have on my charts just because it's extra stuff that I really don't use. It's good to it's another indication. You can kind of draw trend lines on it, and that could definitely help as well, but it's just not necessary for me, at least. That's what's up, Chain Wax. Glad you're doing good, man. You getting your health together. You ever looked into Decred? Isn't Decred like that? Wasn't that just like BitConnect? Or am I thinking of something different? Chain Wax, thank you so much, man. Like I said, those aha moments, those eureka moments, they're like a drug to me. And I am so happy that I get to help you guys reach that same point. I know, I'm 20 years old. Sometimes my thoughts are all over the place. But I feel like I'm halfway decent at trading. I feel like I have a lot to offer. And if you can sort through all the bullshit, there's definitely some gold in there. Joe Fabino, what's up, man? I have not heard of Decred then. Is that a token? If so, can you explain it to me? Because I haven't heard anything about it. Like, give me like a use case or what are they trying to do? Yes, that is a bearish divergence on the 30-minute. You can see it from right here to right here. And the 30-minute has been bearishly diverging for, well, I guess this one wouldn't count. So about two taps. 2 hour hidden bearish divergence. VWAP crossing zero, money flow. You'll see this a lot. Whenever money flow comes from deep green and then into the red for just a small second, or, a couple candles, and then back into the green, that's usually a sign that a good pump will come from it. Whenever it comes from dark red and cuts into the green slightly, and then back into the red, that is an indication that a pretty good sizable dump will be coming. C-Joy, how you doing, man? Yeah, like I said, guys, trading, once you break it down to a simple formula in clear and concise rules for engagement, that is the easy part. The hard part is when you get into trades and you have to fight those feelings of, oh, I'm already losing a little bit. Should I get out? Or maybe I've made a little bit. Maybe I should get out and just take my profit. But if you're doing that, you're not letting your winners run and your losers get cut. You hear that a lot. If you watch like an educational, like motivational trading video that's just standard and generic, you'll hear that, but you have to have the science behind it. And that formula that I pass along to you guys, that is my way of making sure that I stay consistent between trades. And you can customize that to fit you however you want. For me, that's what I use. 20% divided by chart stop loss equals leverage times 5% or 2% of my trading portfolio. That is how I stay consistent from trade to trade. JP, you'll get there, man. You got to lose 100 times in order to learn how to win. I'm going to play that song just because I said it. So 20% is your constant stop loss. No matter what your leverage is, you will always get cut at 20% of your margin. Okay? So I don't want to keep saying okay. I hate when I do that. So 20% is your constant stop loss. And then you have a chart stop loss. So you divide 20% by your chart stop loss, and that will give you your leverage. So your leverage is what you use in combination with your chart stop loss in order to always equal 20%, no matter what your actual chart stop loss is. So that's why getting better entries allows you to use higher leverage without taking on so much risk. Landon, what's going on, buddy? How you doing? Do you stack them to lower to get more accurate support resistance levels? Is there a point where they are no longer effective? Once you have a breakout, actually no, even after a breakout, they are still effective. So I break down my chart into 3 chunks. We have macro, okay? And we have medium and we have micro. So this is macro. And then on like a 2 hour, you can see a lot of the medium patterns. So what you're looking for in order to start your Gon fans, it's not based on time frame, but it is easier to draw certain Gon fans on certain time frames. You are looking for a pattern, breakout, top, swing low, or you are looking for a pattern, breakout, bottom, swing high. So that is what you want to find. So right now it's kind of hard to draw medium time frame Gon fans because we have not found a bottom yet. You can draw your down channels already, because I do believe we actually have found the top because we have reached the target relatively. So from there, we go ahead, get our 45-degree angle tool, and you can do this either way. Okay, so the 45-degree angle tool is essential when you are setting up both Gon fans. In actuality, you actually don't need the 45-degree angle until you have 2 channels. If you only have 1 channel, what your objective is to match the price action with the Gon fans to form confluence. So once you see confluence, like right here, we can see that we are clearly holding a diagonal resistance. Once that is broken, we have some sort of upside action. So that's why this would actually be my down channels. And in order to make sure that they are symmetrical, what you do is you draw that 45-degree angle on your start point. Damn, that's pretty close. And then you match it up using your zoom, and then you square your Gon fans like so. So let's say maybe our bottom is going to be right here. Go ahead, draw that. And then from there, we can go ahead Get those 45s, those gun fans, and then we can put in our fib retracements. And you can see right here, as I've said many times to you guys, the 0.5, if you're above it, is going to be your strongest support. And if you are below the 0.5, is going to be your strongest resistance until you get to your 1. So since we have held so much support and used this as resistance one time here, I would be assuming that this is actually pretty damn accurate. Now, obviously, as things change, I will change with it, but I'm just guesstimating based off what price action I have seen. I'm playing that chess game that I always talk about. I'm thinking a couple moves ahead, and I can use, current price action to kind of guesstimate what could happen, along with macro support and resistance. So if you were to take profit on your short, it would be at the 0.5. I would be looking for $8,479 for this little tiny scalp trade that I'm in. So once we get down to there, we would want to see it break through, come back above, retest, and then we can actually start moving down. I feel like I'm talking too loud. I don't know. I should just chill out. Jason, what's up, buddy? Sorry I didn't say hello when you said yo. I use 1%, 50x liquidation as my stop. That's not good, man. If it's working for you, it's working for you. I would be looking for a rejection here and then falling back down towards around 8,481. We could find support there and then continue on upwards for a little bit. I would personally hope for a breakdown and then a retest to the upside and then a rejection. That's what I personally want to see, but we just work with what we're given. But from here, that's definitely would be my first target. We definitely could form some sort of descending triangle over the next, hopefully not the next couple of days, but that is definitely a possibility from here. If so, we just work with what we're given. From there, that would give us a target of 8,266, but we'd probably find support around 8,332. And then hopefully we see that rejection and then continue on moving down this channel. And that'd actually be a lot more beneficial, actually, if we did put ourselves in a descending triangle here. Because then we can move further towards the right, and we'd have more room to drop to the downside and just one straight shot. Yes, that is what I am searching for. So like I said, guys, we are in the process of forming a right shoulder on a macro time frame. And if this kicks in and we break above the 4-to-1 Gonfan, $14,000 is technically our next target. Obviously, we would have to break through the 8-to-1 Gonfan first, around $11,000. But once that happens, it's pretty much set in stone. So I definitely do think there's a high possibility that what we are doing right now is very, very bullish. But we have to make sure that we are playing this day by day and not getting too excited and not just hopping into longs because of bullish talk. We have to do these things incrementally and do them smartly in order to make sure that we are not getting ourselves in bad positions. But I'm not looking for it anytime like within the next week or so. I do think this is going to be our pattern for the next 30 to 60 days. You know, from this point here to around this region, around March, April. 2-hour view up. It wants to confirm, man. It really does. 1 hour is already tinkering on the edge. Money flow curving. We got exaggerated bearish divergence. We got hidden bearish divergence. From here to here. From here to here. Here. Yeah, this is going to turn around. How low do you think this will drop? This particular drop, I would be looking for around 8,400 before any sort of support. But long term, I'm looking for another retest of 7,800, somewhere in that region. It could be a little bit above or a little bit below. But that's where I'm looking to take my profits on my swing short. Reason being, not only is that our previous resistance and we want to confirm that as support, but on a macro time frame, that is our 0.5. From the 20K top to the 3K bottom, 0.5 is at $7,800 almost exactly. And like I said, if you're above the 0.5, that is your strongest support. But we need to confirm support, so we need to come back down, retest it, and hopefully get a nice bounce off of it. Hopefully on a weekly candle as well. But another possibility that we talked about is maybe this turns into a gigantic descending triangle over the next, like 90 to 120 days. And then we break down to 6,500 again. But from there, we have the same possibility. We have a left shoulder, we have a head, we have a left shoulder. We have the same opportunity there that we do right now. So either way this works out, we have two different bullish patterns, one forming and one that could form, that could potentially break us out of this down channel and officially bring us to the upside. I don't know if I showed this off on live stream before, but my friend got me this for Christmas, and I think it's the coolest thing to have on my desk. Isn't that sick? Well, so cool. Put that back up on the computer. Reach. Okay, there we go. It's like my bat signal, but for Bitcoin. Whenever I'm trading, I turn it on.
I cannot love, I cannot trust. Waste too much time by giving a fuck. Feel everything I do isn't enough. Clock has been ticking, but time isn't up. I fight with myself, gotta make right by myself. Tears in my eyes while I write by myself. Depressed for a while, put my life on the shelf. Wasn't fuck.
We've been streaming for 2 hours. It doesn't even feel like it. If you guys get me going on tangents, time just flies. I'll just start screaming at the screen.
I miss the way we stay up so late, just laughing together. With so many problems, somehow it was still like it couldn't get better. Now it's just grudges and grief, constantly juggling beef. I call every couple of months, but you don't respond for a couple of weeks. I know that you think I have plenty, but 24/7 I'm running on empty.
This comes back down. I calculate what my profits will be.
There's no other choice but to give up and go. Even though I miss you, having my back, it gets easy as the distance grows. I'm all alone.
Okay. That's some good profits. Is Bitcoin going for the 9K level? Not yet. A lot of our indicators are overbought. We do need to come back down. It would be good to come back down towards 8,480. Find support there, and if we do want to continue to move up. But what could be happening is over the next couple of days getting stuck between 8,480, but keeping this diagonal resistance going. And then pooping down towards the 8,300s. And then from there, I do think we will start moving down towards the $7,800 region that we've been looking at for the last couple of weeks.
Everything wrong is everyone's fault and never your own. Every time I reach out to help in the wish I had just left you alone. Your cellular phone been ringing all day. Don't deal with your problems, you sleep them away.
Crip Jim, thank you very much, man. I do appreciate that.
Sorry's the least you could say. Needless to say, I ain't holding a grudge, but when you need something, I know not to budge. No, not a nudge. This what it is, forget what it was. I'm all alone again, out of my own again, running from home again. You always telling me you can do better. Shut up and show me then. I don't got time for this. I laid on the line for this.
Mandy, you gotta get a Dyson vacuum cleaner, okay? Best decision I ever made in my life. I was cleaning like a crackhead all yesterday. I was vacuuming fish, I was vacuuming the walls, I was vacuuming my bed, everything. Best decision I ever made. It just fell. Okay, I balanced it. Hopefully it doesn't fall again. Hey, what's up, Kite? Can I know when? Can you show when does one draw a fib retracement chart by drawing diagonally from top left to bottom right or bottom left? Okay, so if you want downside targets of a pattern, let's say it's a bearish pattern like a bearish rectangle. All you're gonna do, let's say this pattern right here. Let's just use this little pennant formation. So if I want upside targets, I'm going to drag from bottom to top. Okay, so I got my 1.618. That's my target. If I want downside targets, I'm going to drag from top to bottom. So I'm just going to go from bottom to top. Then I got my downside targets. And you want to separate your patterns very effectively. So I have macro, medium, and micro. That's how I split my charts up. So if we're looking at this like on a 6-hour time frame, just going through, I can spot all of the medium patterns. So we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we're working on an 8th. So split these patterns up, and you want to wait for the bottoms and tops to form in order to form your fib retracements and Gonfans on them. And then from there, you'll have, micro patterns within either along the breakouts or within the pattern. So like within this one right here, descending triangle, inverse head and shoulders. So those are micro patterns within a medium pattern. So the formula that you follow is pattern, breakout, top, swing low. Pattern, breakout, bottom, swing high. And those are going to be from the bottom or top to the next swing high or swing low, bottom or top. Those are going to be your starting points for your Gonfans and your fib retracements.
Catch 'em while they walking
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. The vacuum was 500 bucks, and I bought 2 of them because I'm stupid. Which Dyson did you have, Mandy? Augustine, thank you very much for the kind words. I appreciate that very much. Please don't get a bounce at the 50. Please do not get a bounce at the 50. Thank you very much. We are looking for a rejection at the 50, Roger. Yes, a God fan can work on a 15-minute chart, but you have to be able to spot these patterns and breakouts very effectively. So right now we are in a transition from this scalping pattern to a new one. So this is a breakout right here. So we had scalping pattern, breakout, scalping pattern, breakout. Now we're trying to form a top and we're trying to go into a swing low. I don't really focus on making Gon fans for scalping time frame patterns. It's not really effective. I already got everything I need from the medium and macros. And they're much stronger resistances and support, so they're much easier to trade. The lower the time frame you go, the less those supports and resistances actually mean. I didn't mean to burp. My short is still open, so my swing short is still open, and I just put in a short from 8,683. Hey Kite, what are the yellow line? What's the yellow line on your RSI? So that is the 50. So on your RSI, the 3 points that you want to be looking at for bounces or rejections are going to be the overbought, the 50, and the oversold. So 70, 50, and 30. Whenever you get a rejection off the 50, I really like the 2 hour and the 1 hour for this. So whenever you get a rejection off the 50 on the 2 hour, that is an early indication that the particular pattern that you're in is going to be breaking out to the downside. Whenever you get a bounce off the 50, we didn't see it here necessarily because it was just an ascending triangle that broke out to the upside on the RSI. But whenever you see a bounce off the 50, like right here, that is an indication that the pattern that you are in is going to be breaking out to the upside. We can see that happened right here. Boom. Happened right here. At this point right here. Boom. Right here. Boom. Yeah, so you see what I'm getting at. So like right here, when we were back down in this medium pattern, I took a long trade right here. And then right here, I was noticing a rejection off the 50 on the RSI. So I exited my long and let my swing my swing short take over. And because I have that stop loss ratio, that equation that we always talk about, right here, my entry and my stop loss was only about like maybe 0.5 to 1% away. So I was able to use very high leverage. So I was able to make a quick, 30% off of that. Could I share my chart? Of course. Let me go ahead and get this all set up. I'll keep it on a 2 hour because I definitely use the two hour more than anything else. Copy. Do I have the sharing turned on? Yes, I do. I have my green screen way too close to me today, so if I do lean back, it's just gonna topple over. I cleaned the hell out of my room yesterday. My room is super clean. Not a single piece of fish hair. No trash. Feels good. Feels good having a clean room. I work so much every single day on my computer that stuff just piles up around me, man. It really does. Like, especially DoorDash bags. DoorDash bags, just oh my God, man. I need to do a better job at that. But I focus so much on trading and doing these one-on-ones and all that kind of stuff that the mess just piles up around me. And then eventually it just gets to a point where I'm like, dude, this is disgusting. And I just do a whole entire house clean, which I know would be a lot easier if I just every single day did like one quick cleanup instead of just one gigantic cleanup. But I still got to learn some adult disciplines. When I go to my sister's houses, it kind of shows me that it happens to everybody, no matter who you are. You could be a full-grown adult and it will still just pile up, whether it's laundry, trash, anything. Ali MB, you're welcome. I appreciate it. How did you know to short from 8,683? So a little bit of guesstimation went into it, I will admit. But I'm guesstimating that this was the 0.618. So that was a clear horizontal support resistance to take my short off of as well. Along that, we had tons of bearish indicators, okay? We have hidden bearish divergence on market cipher B blue waves. Stochastic RSI is starting to bearishly diverge as well. Money flow is starting to flatline. And we have a hidden bearish divergence from here to here and from here to here on the RSI, as well as an overbought signal. So what I'm waiting for in order for this to actually start moving down, this needs to come back down and get a candle body close. Well, the candle needs to close while the RSI is below 70 for everything to really start going into effect. Until then, it could still bearishly diverge while still going up. One clear example of that could be right here. So like right here, where are we at? Okay. So this is a bullishly diverging RSI. Not the money flow, but the Bitcoin is putting in lower lows, while the RSI is putting in either the same low or higher lows. And around between the second to third bounce is where you really want to start DCAing longs. And that was a trade that we took a couple days, back in this little pennant right here. So that's what I'm looking for on this particular pattern, which we're already starting to see it on like the 15 minute. 15 minute, we put in a double top, bearishly diverging RSI. Now we do have an underlying support right here, okay, that we are holding. So we could have more potential room to the upside, which would be unfortunate, but it's not something that's going to affect me 100%. God, I just want the cursor tool. Okay, there we go. So entry was here. Stop loss. My stop loss is 8,752. So 8,752. That's where my stop loss is. problem, guys. I just appreciate you guys being here. This is absolutely insane. I'm sure I'll get used to it as time goes along, but I am not used to having this many people. It's a good feeling, but it's a scary feeling. I have a feeling this is going to just stick around for a while. Augustine, have a great night. I appreciate it. And like I said, if we're going to hit 100 viewers in tomorrow's stream, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 2 p.m., I'll be on. So for everybody that lives in Europe, Australia, Asia, you'll have a much earlier stream to watch. And from time to time, I start early. It's all depending on what's going on that day. Come on, money flow is dropping off a cliff. Come on, Bitcoin. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go down. Trying to collect some quick profits here. Krypton, have a good night, man. I appreciate it. That just spit juice in my mouth. That's disgusting. Since I'm scared entering trades, how do I get back the confidence on my trades? So first start establishing what is a good trade from a bad trade. And that means you're taking the most advantageous position at any point in time. So if you're taking a swing trade, you're looking at either macros or medium pattern support and resistances, whether it's the 8-to-1 Gonfan or macro Gonfan like this. So if you know it's a very strong resistance or a very strong support, there is a high likelihood that it gets a rejection or a bounce off of it. So those trades are pretty much gimmies. Okay, they're easy to set up. You know what your targets are going to be. You just have to be patient. Okay. On scalping trades, it's a little bit more difficult. You can either just go the breakout route, where you're looking at what the major support and resistances are, and you're just waiting for a candle body close either above or below, and then taking a market short or a market long. And then you just have to worry about what your targets are. But you can get that through fib retracements or just the traditional way and just ride it out. But the reason why we put macros, mediums, and micros is because you might have a target on a micro pattern, but there might be a macro resistance blocking it from reaching that actual target if you found it the traditional way. Let's say, for example, you know, this is not the actual target, but let's say my target was a flagpole off of this pennant, and we broke out, and my target is 9,500. We have a macro resistance blocking it from getting to my target, so I would want to short or take my profit right before. So as long as you have these clear lines laid out and categorized, because there is no use in having 1,000 different lines everywhere if you don't know what the significance is of each individual one. That's why we color code, that's why we change the thickness. That way when we're looking at our chart, we can clearly see where our macros are, where our mediums are, and where our micros are. Hey, I have Market Cypher B on a side of TradingView. How can I... if you double click on the empty space of Market Cypher B, it will maximize it. Money flow dropping just means the amount of transactions... Actually, I'm not going to give you a clear and concise answer on this, but money flow, when it goes down, the price goes down with it. I think it does have something to do with the amount of trades. It should just be another way of viewing volume. but there is no clear and concise answer where money flow comes from. I do have somebody that has their own money flow, and it's very similar to Market Cipher B. So I can't ask him how that is calculated and how he puts it into that sort of indicator. But I would just say it's just volume. Don't worry, fear the Lord. We're still gonna be on Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 8 p.m. if you like the later live streams. Actually, while I'm at it, I'm going to... Okay, so just forgive me for a moment. Actually, I'll do it on my off time, okay? But I need to change that to reflect what my actual times are going to be. That way, at the end of the stream, for newer people that don't know what my schedule is, they can go ahead and see that. DGB. I've not heard of it.
Grandma told mama Spanish is a dirty language. Just say hello, don't say hola, cause that shit is dangerous.
Okay, I'm not going to try to view it like that.
See you as less. Suppress where you're from if you want to be a success. 12th grade of high school.
Well, it has been bullishly diverging for quite a while.
Learned the culture from his mother, and we had different daddies. Mine was
And money flow is curving up. But I have absolutely no information on this coin, and there is not enough price history for me to get a really accurate interpretation of any sort of pattern. So I can't even touch this.
Yeah, they call me Carter Vale. That's my stepdad's name. He treat me like his own, so I kept my stepdad's name. But he's adopted, so he doesn't know either. And I feel like such an outsider.
Oh, Digibyte. Oh, okay. I know Digibyte, but I have no clue what the hell it does. But there is not enough price history for me to trade that whatsoever.
City after city used to hop around, acting out in class, trying to find some common ground. If I could make them laugh, maybe I could make a friend. Attention only.
3-day actually looks like it looks like it's getting a bounce off the 50, guys. Not gonna lie. That is a good sign. Doesn't mean it's gonna be an immediate blast off to the upside. But that is a good sign. Not gonna lie. I am not gonna lie. As you can see right here, we got a rejection off the 50 before we actually fell to the downside. So that wasn't quite an immediate effect. The rejection lasted from, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 candles before it fell to the downside. So we are officially at, let's see, 1, 2, 3, about another like 12, 14 days before we officially get a bounce off the 50. What the daily? Daily looks good too. Not gonna lie. When's the last time we got a bounce off the 50 on a daily chart? That was all the way back here in this descending triangle. Actually, no, that was on the up run. Aw. That's exciting. We can see that 50 bounce is a huge thing. Once we were up above the 50 and we came back down, found it as support, boom. Nice little up run. Came back down, bounced off the 50, boom, 30 to 40%. Came back down, right here, bounced off the 50, came back up, and then we fell below it, found a rejection. That's when we got put into this entire consolidation. So this actually could be the first bounce off the 50 that we have seen in a very long time. Just gives more reason for the things I've been saying. Do you think RSI EMA zoned indicator is good for... It has EMA. I don't use EMAs. I don't use MAs. I don't use SMAs. It's just not my style of trading. There's plenty of great traders that do use it. Crown Crypto, Filicone. And I look up to those guys. So there's absolutely nothing wrong. I just use a different style of trading. So it doesn't really require EMAs. Christopher Lag, thank you very much, man. I do appreciate that. You are looking at the daily regarding bounce off the 50? Yes. It definitely looks like it wants to. Like I said, it doesn't mean that's going to immediately just blast off to the upside. But that is a definite possibility. Am I viewing this wrong? This definitely looks like a bull flag to me, guys, on the daily chart. Hold on, how did I not see that from the lower time frames? I guess it's just because of the candles, the way they're formed. I'm going to be sticking to the way I've been playing this. But on the daily chart, I mean, it does look like a bull flag to me. If that is the case, we could blast off a lot sooner. I'm not going to go ahead down that rabbit hole. I don't want people to think that I'm just calling for 9,800 right away. But it's looking pretty damn good. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm looking at the daily chart, and it definitely looks like it could be forming a bull flag at this very point in time. I'm going to be sticking to my 2 hour. I'm going to be playing this through. I do think that it could hold this region for the next 60 days. But that's a definite possibility. You guys know me. Whatever happens, I'm in it. If we come back up to this resistance and I get stopped out, I will be taking another short. If I do get stopped out and it breaks that resistance, I will be taking a market long. I just play it the way it's supposed to be played. Nothing more, nothing less. But I would like to see that $7,800 level tested. If this is a bull flag that's going to break out to the upside sooner than I thought, I still want that $7,800 zone tested. Because that is the 0.5 of this entire thing. And if we can confirm support there, that is huge. Absolutely huge. So there's a thing called the transfer momentum. Okay, it's like energy. Energy cannot be destroyed. It has to be dispersed somewhere. So if we have a bearish divergence that ends in bullish convergence, that does not just negate. It doesn't just, the energy just, it has to go somewhere. So if you have a bearish divergence that does not get to play out fully and ends in bullish convergence, that is the transfer of momentum from bearish to bullish, and it will play out with just as much force. So that's why sometimes you might see a bearish divergence, you take a play on it, and then it ends in bullish convergence, and you're like, what happened? What happened? And then it pumps. Well, it pumps, and then you say, what happened? Yeah, I'll be exiting my short swing between 8,150 all the way down to 7,800. So for whatever reason, I don't get to get 7,800 exactly. I'll have most of my position withdrawn. But these macros play out very, very well. They were not front running any of this. It touched exactly the way it should have. Now, as we get closer and closer to the end of the Gone fans, we get squeezed. But the very beginning, it's pretty much top, bottom, top, bottom. Head and shoulders on 45 minute. Are you talking about this? I believe that's already been played out. Or at least very, very close to be playing to being played out. Oh, I would love. Oh, that's actually a good candle. This is called a spinning top. You'll find this typically at the top before a downturn. Let's see if I can find an example. This is kind of one right here. Okay, this is a doji. This is a spinning top right here. So you'll have hammers that look like this. Okay. And this is a bullish candle. And then you'll have spinning tops that look like this. Those are bearish candles. So hopefully this does actually play out. Oh yeah, on MCB, yes. Yes, that as well. You know everything, Mandy. You give away information like it's free. I can't believe my mom saw your comment and she was like, "Oh, I want to find out what he said about me." So she watched a 3-hour live stream about something that she cares nothing about just to find out what I talked about. So she's got determination. Candle class. I don't focus a lot on independent candles. It's just something to keep in mind. I'm looking for more candle body formations and bearishly and bullishly diverging indicators, along with Gone fans and fib retracements, in order to make my decisions. I really don't focus on the candles all that often, but every once in a while it does work out. Do you mind sharing how you selected your swing low since it's mid pattern / breakout? So we were at a macro resistance. I got a entry of 90.70. I was DCAing all the way up this 90.70, turn right back around. And I'm holding it until we hit a macro support or if we break out to the upside. So I'm just looking at what particular supports have been held. So your 0.5 is going to be your strongest support if you're above it, strongest resistance if you're below it. Right here, we held the 0.5 for quite a bit of time. So that did look like a very, very strong support. And then right here, we got rejected. So I'm just taking a guess on what possibly could be. And then obviously my down channels, those are accurate at this point in time. My up channels, I do have to officially wait for a bottom in order for that to be 100%. But as of right now, it's looking good. All right, so we're at 2 hours and 30 minutes right now on the live stream, and it is 10 o'clock. So at 10:30, 10:15, 10:30, that's probably when I'll be cutting it. But tomorrow night, 8 p.m., you guys know I'll be there. Anybody that's new, I appreciate you being here. Thankfully, nothing crazy happened. But I would really appreciate it if you guys could stop by next time. If you guys want to ask some questions, I answer every single question I possibly can. I don't care if it's been asked before. I will explain it to the best of my details, the best of my ability, the best of my details. That makes no sense. We will make a 4-hour spinning top candle. How will it affect us? That's another good sign. You can see another spinning top was right here. We dropped. We didn't have a spinning top right there, but spinning top. So it doesn't immediately happen the candle after, but it is a good sign. See if this is a hammer right here. The one I was talking about, bullish candle. Searching for more spinning tops. Not quite. You're looking for like a thin body and then a long wick. But that's a good example of a bullish candle right there. But look, you got a spinning top right here, and it still fell to the downside, so not everything is set in stone. That's why I don't focus too much on candles. There is some candle traders that do very, very well, but I haven't used it long enough to use it to its 100% potential. Zoltan, thank you very much. I appreciate it, buddy. Descending triangle on 1 minute. You're right. Get a target off of it. Oh my god. $8,582. Woo! How come you don't use Hakuneshi candles? I always swap back and forth. It's nothing personal. There's no like particular reason. Sometimes I like them, sometimes I don't. I like candle bodies, just the, like the regular candles, just because that's what the majority of traders use, and they're very easy to look for support and resistance breaks. But for like Market Cipher B, especially on the higher time frames, you want to be using Hakuneshi candles. Otherwise, it's not going to really work right. But it's like I said, it's nothing like crazy, no particular reason. I swap back and forth all the time. You'll see me be online sometime, you'll see me be on Hakuneshi, you'll see me be on candles. I never really use anything else. I know a lot of people that use Renko, and I've heard lots of good things about it. I just can't use my TA with it. That's the only reason why I don't use that. JC, what's up, buddy? How you doing, man? Yeah, man, it's been exciting. No, I did not fall asleep. I was just checking my phone. Here, let me update the Telegram before we get way too far away from this entry where it doesn't make sense. Is it 8360? 8325. My current stance, I am sitting short based off of a couple different things. I don't want to burp into the microphone. But we have a hidden bearish divergence on the RSI from this point to this point. Looking at the 2 hour will be a lot easier for this. So hidden bearish divergence here. Exaggerated bearish divergence almost on this one right here. Money flow starting to come back down. And a hidden bearish divergence on our market cipher B waves. And that's why I'm on a short right now. It's just a scalp short. I'm looking for around 8,480. And we do have potential to turn this into a descending triangle over the next like 3 days. And if that does break out to the downside, I would be looking for about, around 8,300. And then hopefully come back up, get rejected back here, and then start moving down towards this channel, towards the $7,800 region. I wouldn't say just trade on one time frame. That's not really helpful. But pick 4 time frames within a factor of 2 that you're comfortable with and that will work with your schedule. For me, it's 2 hour, 1 hour, 30 minute, and 15 minute. And stick to those time frames. Learn how they correlate to each other. Because whenever we have a breakout from a 2 hour rejection on the 50 or a 2 hour bounce, I go down to the 15 minute and start looking for either bullishly or bearishly diverging indicators telling me that that's a potential top. And we might have a retest to the downside or retest to the upside and then go from there. So you have to play like a game of dominoes. Okay, the bigger dominoes, they have more weight to them, more impact. But the smaller dominoes, they can cause a chain reaction. So that's why you have to pay attention to the smaller time frames, but use the bigger ones to make bigger decisions. I've been hearing a lot about this. Yes. Hidden bullish divergence on the 12 hour, as well as some bullish convergence. Yeah, we do. The stochastic is still very overbought, though. That's a sign that it's pumping, but I don't think it's going to be that crazy. See what the 6 hours doing. 6 hours already starting to fold back over. It has the same bullish divergence almost. Actually, hidden bullish divergence right here. Exaggerated bullish divergence right here. We're holding that diagonal resistance on the 4 hour as well. That's a good sign. Wait, do you think it's possible to get back into the downtrend? Yeah, definitely. Like I said, we really, even though people don't like the price to go down, we really want to see it find support at 7,800 because that would be super, super bullish. It really would, guys. Now you could say, well, we already did that. We already did that. No, this was within a target. This was a breakout. Okay, this was just confirming support along the 8-to-1 Ganfan from the previous pattern. That is not confirming support on this particular support. Give me one moment. I'm still here. I just gotta text somebody.
Just a wanderlust, casting spells with the wanderlust. Oh, they love to watch us burn, but they would hate to be one of us, cause we are the only thing keeping us warm. But we'll eventually freeze, from feeling the heat when we touch, to seeing the breath that we breathe. And we can't replay all these moments, once for resting in peace. There's no second chances for you, there's no resurrection for me. We don't waste time on the things we can't control. Yeah, all my friends are fuck ups. I don't be with fancy folks.
And just another warning for you guys. Since I have to have the Patreon set up a certain way, if you guys were thinking about buying a Patreon Telegram package or anything like that, please wait until at least like the third of the month. I know you don't want to wait if that is the thing you wanted to do, but the way I have to have it set up, in order for the one-on-ones to be a one-time payment, I have to make sure that when they buy the package, it's automatically charged, and then it's going to charge them on the first of the month. So I don't want you guys to get charged twice and you guys haven't gotten 2 months. So wait for the first of the month, or at least the third of the month, in order to buy that, if that is something that you were looking to do. I'm not, asking you guys to do that. I'm just saying, if that was something you guys were going to do, I don't want you guys to spend more money than you have to. That too. If you guys wanted to do the one-on-one, you pay less money, I get the same amount, and then we get the sessions together. It's awesome. Wonder if... See, I don't want to abandon the fib retracements because they're so damn easy to set up. There's no real way to get the targets afterwards after you're out of a pattern. Because in your Gone fans, anytime you have a intersection like this, you can draw a horizontal through it. And that is also a resistance or support, depending on which side you're on. But fib retracements are just too damn easy to set up. They really are. And with the added benefit of giving you upside and downside targets, depending on how you set them up. Alright guys, it usually takes me about like a good 5 to 10 minutes to say goodbye, so I'm going to start now. As always, I appreciate it. Thank you so much, guys. It just gets crazier and crazier every day that we stream. But hopefully I help out most of you guys, and you guys get good information from these live streams. I know they're long. Not every single second is filled with the most amazing, life-changing trading information, but, there's little bits here and there. I appreciate your time. Thank you for watching me. It's damn crazy where I'm at right now, but I really do appreciate it. Walker, I help you all the time, but in different ways. Thank you, JC. I appreciate it, man. Have a good night, buddy. Korean, as always, you're a great guy. I appreciate it. John, have a great night, man. Allie, no problem. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Chain Wax, that means a lot to me. Thank you very much, man. I do appreciate that. I'm very happy you finally had that Eureka moment where it's like, what the hell was I doing before? Like, this is so easy. Like, I swear to God, it just sounds ridiculous that one day everything just clicks. And you're like, okay, I see what I have to do now. But it really does feel like that. One day you're still struggling, you don't quite get it yet, and then one day everything clicks into place. It really does happen like that. It's happened to me. It's happened to many others that I've taught, many people on the live streams. It does happen, guys. So if you haven't got that yet, just keep working towards it. It will come, man. QP, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Stretchy, have a good night. Joe Fabino, I love your name, man. That's awesome. Have a great night, buddy. Nate, have a good night, bud. JJ, have a good night, buddy. D. Lee, Damn late to the stream. I'll catch you later. No problem, man. I'll catch you tomorrow, man. It'll be 8 p.m. EST. Mandy, I skipped over you for a reason. I'm just kidding. Have a good night. Christopher Lag, thank you very much. I love having new viewers. I appreciate it, man. And yeah, like I said, we hit our viewership goal of 100 viewers tonight. So if tomorrow night, if we hit 100 viewers, I will stream Tuesdays and Thursdays at 2 p.m. my time. Europe is about 6 hours ahead of me, so it'll be about 8 p.m. over there. So for anybody that's wondering, or staying up really late to watch me, I appreciate that you guys are showing so much dedication, but I really want to help you guys out and make sure you guys don't lose your sleep watching me. Bye, Kite. It sounds like you're trying to buy me. But I appreciate it, man. Make sure you use the same SEO you just made today. I might add hashtags and stuff. Maybe that will help too. But we got pretty high in the rankings. If you search up Bitcoin Livestream, besides all the scam ones that obviously have like 6K viewers that aren't even real, it was it was right there. That's awesome. .crypto domain. Use .crypto. What's a .crypto? Oh, for your payments. How do I set that up? You're talking about like instead of like a wallet address, it's just .crypto. I heard about that on Crypto Zombie, but I didn't know how to set it up. Where do I go for that? Unstoppable domains. Find a blockchain domain. Let's search up Kite. Kite.crypto. This name will be available for sale at a later time. There's 2 people already watching it. People want this name. Maybe like, what else would my name be? Kite.crypto? Maybe like Austin.crypto? That one is not taken. Wait, I can't buy it though. That's unfortunate. Try searching for a name that is 8 characters or longer. Let's do WA Kite YouTube. Is that 8? Oh, I can get it. WA Kite YouTube.crypto. Yeah, I might actually get that. I don't necessarily need it right now. It would definitely make it easier, but not really necessary. Yeah, that would definitely be a lot easier, whether it's for the one-on-one payments or just donations. That'd be helpful. I might do that. Like I said, guys, I'm not here for donations. I'm not here to soak up money from the Telegram. The purpose of the Telegram is not to keep you in it for as long as I possibly can. It is to give examples so you can learn from them, so you can get out as fast as you possibly can. That way you can focus on your own charts, because at the end of the day, if you are looking at Bitcoin articles, looking at 1,000 different YouTube channels in order to kind of figure out what you're going to do, you're already lost. Okay, you need to focus on your own charts, focus on your own TA. You'll get better and better at it, I promise. But if you do need some examples and, someone to follow for a little bit, the Telegram is open. Links in the description, the Patreon page. Once you make the payment, either message me on Patreon, message me on Discord. I'll send over the link for the Telegram. And if you guys did want to do one-on-one sessions where I can teach you, you have, individual engagement rather than the live stream setting, that's also an option. It is a little bit pricey. It's $500, but for what you get, it's pretty priceless. You get Telegram and Discord group access for a lifetime, and you get 2 sessions a week until you don't need them. Okay. Typically, people only need about, I would say, 4 to 5 sessions at most before they really start to get things going. And then from there, it's usually like just catch up. But like I said, I'm not promoting it, but if you guys absolutely need it, it's there for you. But yeah, I appreciate it, guys. It's been an absolutely great one. We hit an all-time high tonight. I am more than ecstatic right now. I don't know how far this is going to go. I don't know what my goal is for subscribers or watch time or anything like that. I'm just going day by day, and it just keeps getting better and better and better. So I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much. I will see you tomorrow at 8 p.m. EST, and hopefully some sort of little price action might happen we can fall back onto. Like I said, I'm in a short right now. I am looking for it to come back down to around $8,490 before any sort of major bounce. We do have an opportunity to get stuck on a diagonal resistance and a horizontal support, putting ourselves in a descending triangle over the next couple of days, which if that does happen, that would actually be a very, very good sign, because then we could actually have a drop down and start moving lower towards some of the targets that we've been looking at over the last couple of days. So I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I say that way too much. You guys are probably bored of it by now, but it's the honest truth. I really do. Chris, thank you very much, man. Have a great night, guys. I'm going to hit the end stream button. I think I want to make my outro. If you guys saw the bowl video I did, I think I want to do the hit the record button. That would be a good one for an outro. Mandy, have a good night, man. Or not man, but you know what I mean. It's just something I say. But hit the record button. I couldn't do it there. Every time someone types, I want to stay for just a hot second to say goodbye. Robert, just admit it. You don't want to leave. That's the truth. That's the truth. But I do have to go chill out. I don't want my roommate to be taking care of fish all night because he is a hassle. But all right, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Okay.